This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. In this video, we're going to take a look at movable shapes for diminished chords. So in the last video, I introduced diminished chords. We learned some in first position on the guitar. Now we're going to look at some movable shapes that we can use along the fretboard for diminished chords. After we've looked at these shapes that I have up here on the board, we'll jam together on a chord progression right along with bass and drums accompaniment to help us practice these in context. So it's going to be great. This video accompanies lesson 26 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we'll be on pages 177 and 178. So in review, a diminished triad, a diminished chord that's just the three notes, has the root, the flatted third, and the flatted fifth. And I've just done that with a C chord there. C, E flat, and G flat gives us a diminished chord. And of course, we can double those pitches. In the next video, we're going to take a look at diminished seventh chords. So we're going to actually add a diminished seventh to that, which we use more often per se than these, but it's good to know how to play a diminished chord with just the triad. So let's look at these shapes. So up here on the board, we've got a 6th string form and a 5th string form, which is our usual way as we've been going through this method book and this lesson series on having movable shapes. We've got one that has a root on that low 6th string, one that has a root on the 5th string, and that helps us cover really easily the entire fretboard. So with the 6th string form, and in both cases we've got the square drawn around the root. Whatever note that we put this note on, or this finger, whatever note this finger is playing that's playing this spot here on the diagram, that's going to be the version that we're playing. So if it's a C, it'll be C diminished. If it's an A, it'll be A diminished, and so on. So I'll just demonstrate these right in the middle of the fretboard. So I'm going to stick that finger on the A that's at the 5th fret of the 6th string. So index finger goes 1 fret lower on the 2nd string. Ring finger goes 3 strings higher. So it's on the 3rd string in the same fret, and then pinky goes 2 frets higher on the 4th string. So if I play this right there with my middle finger on that A pitch, I get diminished and A diminished. And I gotta make sure and mute that top string and the 5th string. It's a pretty good grab to get to. We've got that one there though, the A diminished chord. Let's take a look at the 5th string form. So I'll demonstrate this one also with the root at the 5th fret. So it's going to be a D, since it's a D note at the 5th fret of the 5th string. So I'm going to stick my index finger on that D, and then I've got middle and ring fingers 1 fret higher on strings 4 and 2, and then pinky goes 1 fret higher, so 2 frets higher than the root on the 3rd string, and I get a nice little diminished chord. This is the easiest one, I think, to grab. So when I'm playing music, most often I will grab the 5th string form as often as I can. So you might just want to practice going back and forth between the two shapes just to kind of get used to finding them. But we're going to go ahead here in the video and jam together on a chord progression. So we're going to play chord progression number 5 on page 178. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this do dot. It'll be a nice little swing-in progression. We'll play it in the swing style. And I'm just going to use that string pattern. Makes it kind of an easy way. You can use a different one if you want. You can also just try and work on grabbing those chords and letting it ring if that's what you need to. Whatever works best for you. I am going to go ahead, of course, in the video like normal and do this at 2 different tempos. So we'll start off at a slower tempo and then have it at a faster tempo. So we've got a couple different tempos you can hear it in and play right along with me jamming along with bass and drums. So it's going to be great. Let's do it. Okay, great. Gotta love these diminished sounds. As we move forward in the method book and the lesson series, we're going to move on to lesson 27 in the Chords and Harmony book, which goes over fully diminished seventh chords. So we're going to be adding a diminished seventh tone to these voicings. It actually makes them easier to play, and the diminished seventh voicings are the ones that I often go for. Even sometimes in music, when it calls for a triad, I like to use the fully diminished seventh ones better. So we get to check those out next. It's going to be great. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.